Greetings, one and all. This is yours truly, Jahdil, from Copenhagen City, Denmark. This is, our series of Reggaelegends in Conversation Part 2. We're gonna having some great legends here in the showroom that gonna be saying about, the experience with the great Toots Hibbert that we just lost, a great icon, not only for reggae, only because, on the Billboard was a very nice article about him, how much he contributed, in the music industry, and not only reggae. And we are glad to have here some icons that were with him from, from square one. And we are very fortunate and happy to have his daughter, Jenieve, that will be joining, the showroom as well, and speaking about, this great legend that was her father. Um, we're having here, the great BB Seaton from Studio One. No need, to introduction on the residence in this reggae legend in conversation. And Dennis Alcapone, same way that you saw from the part one. We're having a great, legend as well, living in Canada, named Roy Panton, that has great singles with, Millie Small that, just left us as well. The topic is going to be that, we lost some great, great, great people that contributed massively to the culture and the music. And we're having also a great, great gentleman that I admire and big respect. We share stage for the 50th in the O2 Arena. The great Lloyd Parks and the We People Band is with us to give us his take about these legends that he's been playing with and collaborating with. And we're having our brother King Sounds. Was very fortunate to see him on Reggae Salute, Rebel Salute 19, if I'm not mistaken. Last year. It was beautiful to see him performing live. He's with us also, to give us his take on that era. So I am very humbled to have these greats from the music and the culture I love so much. I've been spending so many years in my life, following this culture, and I'm very humbled and thrilled to have them here together in one. I want to see very quickly, our brother Barry Biggs were supposed to be here. He's definitely not going to make it this time, for, he had something coming up, and we understand him. We will have him for the next, series. Um, we know it's a great challenge for all the musician, artist, festival owner, and everybody working in the industry are suffering from this COVID, crisis in every way. And the main, issue for performing artists is to be on the road and earn some money. So basically, it's the first time we're trying this, to have a donation, feature in the YouTube link below. You will see a PayPal account, and it's, for us, it's symbolic. There is $5, $10, or $20, and there is another one where you can put the amount. We know it's the digital era. It's the only way we can monetize and try to see what's going on. So any gesture is very appreciated because, for us, it's about also, to get these great legends, about their contribution in the industry. And if there is any way we can support them, so please don't hesitate. It's on the YouTube, streaming link that you can find as well on Facebook, Korean Culture Drop on the Facebook. There is the link that is streaming now worldwide. I am gonna give the words to our panel. It's a great panel. I'm very, flattered, to have them here in front of me. And we would love to hear them of their personal experience with the great, Toots Hibbert, because I know some of you've been with him even in his first session. So, I will just send, the words to anyone, Bibi, probably, because I know you've been in the first, his first single recording, correct me if I'm wrong.
We're talking to Bibi.
Are you there, Bibi? Hold on, Bibi, we cannot hear you. I can just hear Dennis. 1 second.
Did you unmute me? Because I just unmute
myself. Yeah, I just unmute you. Yeah.
I can hear you, Dennis. Now? Yes, Bibi. Perfect.
All
right.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Toots is a legend, icon, and God rest his soul. I just want to talk about him and when he just started. I remember being at the studio when he came to do his first recording. And it was a song called Hallelujah. and the second one, 6 and 7 books of Moses. And that voice, it was so earthy and spiritual because it was more like closer to the Pocomania sound, like Jamaican church Pocomania thing. And he stood out differently because most of the other artists was influenced by American vibes or the English vibes, but Tush was more Jamaican, real Jamaican. And he's gonna be sadly missed, you know, and condolence to the family.
Yes, yes,
All right.
exactly. You know, well, is anyone that can recall the first time they met this great legend? You know, I can, personally, I met him for the first time. You know, really, we had a conversation in 2002. He was closing Summer Jam for the last day, and when I reached, in his dressing room, I was telling him that I am working with BB and doing some management. He was so happy. He was calling, Nadia, the host, bring me a champagne, and he showed me, the respect, about, and we sipped some champagne, and we had, a reasoning, and I could see really a great man that is very humble and loved life, just, like that, Is anyone, can, bring some memories from the first time you made this great icon? And
Yeah, I'd like to say the first time I met them as the Maytals, because I remember before you had the Maytals, I don't remember the name of one of the Maytals that came to the studio to record with a female, because at the time I was singing with Millie, so it was Roy and Millie. And I remember him coming to the studio, I think it's a slim one, right? He come to the studio with a girl, right? But anyway, that didn't work out. So the next time I saw him was in a group with Toots. That was in the 60s, 60, I would say 61, somewhere around that, 62. And then Toots, like Bibi say, 6 and 7 book came on the scene, and it was a totally different sound, totally different sound from our sound, so to speak.
mm-hmm.
And the other time we met up, I remember when the Americans came to Jamaica to record ska, and we are Congregator Federal Studio, the new Federal Studio at the time, right? And we were doing voices, a bunch of artists. I don't know if Bibi was there, but everybody you can think of. Monty was singing "A Little More Oil in My Lamp," the solo.
Yeah.
We as voices come in, right, to back him. And Toots is doing the burning, burning, burning.
Yeah.
They got him to do the phrase. You remember, BB?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the time when I would say we all recorded together, and I think in about 65, I left JA. So I didn't see Toots after that time. I remember seeing him after that time. And that was about, I would say about 64. That was about in 64, 63, 64, right? That's my last time I seen him.
Wow, that's definitely the way back, and it's very interesting, because as I say, to Bibi and Denise, that we're very lucky that you were there at that time when things started, because a person like me, I just just trying to gather, sometimes we get some information from Wikipedia, and there is a lot of false informations because Wikipedia is just made by anonymous, where you guys have been there, Lloyd, let me ask you, because you've been backing everybody, if almost did you have a chance to to be in session with him in studio, or performing?
Well, more live, the first time we met was I used to play at a club called the Stables Club on Red Hills Road.
Mm-hmm.
Now that club was the music strip, Everything was happening there. You have turntable club, all the different clubs. So Toots and Jimmy Cliff used to pass through regularly.
Mm-hmm.
They were fishing. If you know that in Jamaica. Fishing. Yeah. Some beautiful go-go dancers used to be up there.
Yeah.
So them used to pass. I mean, that time go-go dancers were classic.
Yeah.
There's not no little skettle.
I remember the cake. The cake.
Yeah, and then passed through, and I mean, Sheila was one of them, I don't know if you know Sheila. she used to do that kind of creative go-go dancing, and that's how Jimmy Cliff met she. But we're talking about Toots now. So that's the first time and I used to come and we have the band up there and I used to have to sing a little one tune and a little two tune to impress, you know. And well, you know, it was really fun, you know. Toots was always humorous and nice person and personality, you know.
That's right.
But you know, and as Bibi said before, he was sadly missed, you know, because he's an icon and a legend, you know, tremendous works.
Yeah, man.
And in fact, you know, he was one of my inspiration because I started singing 67 at Studio One, you know, and I used to say, boy, I used to pass by before, you know. I said, boy, when I go back, I say, guess who I see? I said, Ken Booth. I said, Alton Ellis. I said, the Gaylords, you know. I said, Bib, you know. So, and at that time I was overwhelmed, you know. And it was really a nice feeling to become most of these guys musical director in terms of, you know, backing them up and things. But Toots always stand out because Toots has a different style, you know, if you know.
Yeah.
Him never like come off of the stage either.
That's right.
You know.
and it shows along and the energy is up from his start to his end.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And him have him like a dance like James Brown, you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
split and
But Lady, what's the name of your band when you play that thing again?
eh?
What was the name of your band when you was playing at the stable?
The Thoroughbred.
Yeah, but there was another name you used to use when.
All right.
when
After I leave the Thoroughbred band now, I go to Skin, Flesh and Bones.
Skin, Flesh and Bones. That's the name.
Right,
I remember.
and that is my first tour now with Toots.
Yeah.
And Al Brown did it, baby.
Al Brown, yes.
Must have made it up on the tour to the lady.
Yeah.
You see it there? Alcapone. Right, and then Toots was on it. Dennis Brown, Al Brown, Cynthia Richard, Toots and the Metal, and Dennis Brown.
Yeah. Young Dennis.
That was the time it started with Dennis, you know, when I come back now, we start to record.
Cynthia Richards was on the tour too.
Yeah,
Cynthia
man.
Richards, that's another name.
Yes, baby.
Cynthia
That's
Richards. Yeah. There's something I just remember, and I don't know if you guys are aware of it. The first shows that ever videotape in Jamaica, that was 1964. This is called with Byron Lee. And that was on the club. The video is on Facebook.
Yeah, man, I watch it all the time.
Yeah, that's the last time Toots and I worked together because we used to go with Byron.
Yeah.
We used to go with Byron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that one the other day. The one with you, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was you and Ivan was singing.
Yeah. Guys, Ivan and I hooked up after Millie left.
Right.
Ivan and I hooked up after Millie left. And
I'm a good friend, you know, Ivan.
yeah. Oh yeah. She talked to me about you and her talk when she was there.
Yeah. Nice girl, nice lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jahdil.
Yes, you know, well, this is I am actually, you know, I have to pinch myself, you know, to see, you know, this, you know, here, you know, it, to me is to be just in the royal, you know, library and see that everything is there, you know. Yeah, because really and truly, you know, the experience that is, you know, that is happening to individuals, that's the real thing as we experience it, you know, because sometimes with the narrative can go from one to one and everything and getting the experience, and I am learning every time, and I'm very grateful for it, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I like to something.
You know what I admire with this?
Yeah, okay.
To have a man like B.B. Seaton, who is, without any question, the original, I wouldn't say one of, the original artist, songwriter, musician, manager in the business.
Yeah.
Also, my friend, Mr. Roy Panton, who I haven't seen for 56 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and Lloyd Parks, which I've toured so many times with.
Seen
Dennis
Lloyd
Alcapone, another legend again. I think you've made a beautiful choice today.
Well.
Sorry.
I think so too. You know,
Sorry,
because
I missed out someone. The Great King Sounds, man.
Live and direct. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jahdil,
yes, King.
I'll give my take on Toots.
Yes.
First of all, I must say condolences to his daughter on the link up here.
Mhm.
Right, your father was a great man. The amount of dance where I danced to Toots songs them in the early days. I didn't know him in the early days, but I knew his songs. And trust me, it's a whole heap of shirt I went up dancing to Toots songs. Right. No, I left Jamaica 1973, first of all. Right. And then I went back to Jamaica, and then we came back up on the showcase, Jamaica showcase with Lloyd Parks and We the People band. Right, that time I think it was the first time I met Sly Dunbar, because Sly used to play. Sly was the drummer and Lloyd was the bass player.
Skin fresh
Oh.
and bone.
Yes,
Oh.
Skin Fresh and
Skin
Bone.
fresh and bone. Skin fresh and
Yeah,
bone.
that's
Yes.
right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They used
Okay.
to play at a club named Tit for Tat
Yam
Yes.
Club.
on Red Hills Road.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that club.
Yeah. So anyway, I used to go back to Jamaica and, on a regular basis. And one day I went down and I was at home and my brother told me that Toots is outside. Right. Then I get to realize that it's my brother that work on his car. Right. And I went outside and start reasoning with him and tell him who I was, and him say, "All right, party, party him call everybody."
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And
Wow.
that's the closest I get to Toots over the musical years, and like I said, my brother work on Toots car, Garnell Silk, Tony Rebel, 90, Dennis Brown, you name it. My brother used to work on the whole of their cars because
True.
I think it was more economical for them instead of to carry to the big garages. My brother would work for a reasonable price. So all of them on them come around. And that's how I met Garnell Silk as well and Tony Rebel. Because somebody told him that I was there and they sent call me and I went out to the gate and talked to them. Bimbo, we called at the time Garnett Silk, we used to call him Bimbo. Because he was a DJ before he becomes a singer. Right? And but Toots is one of my inspiration, most definitely so. And as everyone says, Toots is a countryman like myself, I'm from Clarendon, so we are all Clarendonians.
Mm,
Right? And there's a whole heap of us come from Clarendon as
yes.
entertainers.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. But Toots is an icon of icons.
True.
Yeah.
You understand?
True.
I used to practice off a Toots song them, because my uncle used to have a local calypso band. I didn't play local 1 and 2 scale too. I used to them sang the Monty Morris and Toots song. We used to practice off of. Well, big local 1, 2, and so it's also my inspiration too.
Yes.
Yeah.
The early when of dog war, a pain in my belly.
Oh, Dog War, man. Yeah.
I used to practice. I used to sing a song named Lady with the Regis on too, I used to like
Yes.
Baby, get that.
Yeah, get that song though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you something, right? You see some of those footage that you see from the early days.
Yeah.
Most of them is Bournemouth and Sambiro Club with film,
That's
Somewhere
right.
from
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw myself on one of those footage because I used to go to Sambiro regular,
Yeah.
and people used to come there and film. And
Yeah.
I one day I was looking at it and I saw myself dancing because it was those scare days.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And
Right.
it was three of us friends. We have 3 shirt marks scare on it.
Yeah.
Anywhere is we go dance scare, so we used to go to Sambiro and dance, man.
Yeah, man. Some beer was big. And back then, you have a table with 4 or 3 or you, whatever, and you order your drinks and you don't pay until you're leaving.
Yeah.
Right.
Those days are gone.
Wow. Well,
Adil,
yes, baby.
it would be nice to hear from Toots' daughter.
Yeah, Jenny, that's what, you said it very well, so basically, and, being in her place, and hearing all these individuals, talking about, their experience. So, Jenieve, thank you so very much, to take the time to be with us, and you know, and our great condolences, you know, everybody know and feel the loss that that is there, you know. So thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It is
Sure.
really such an honor to be on this Zoom, just to sit in the presence of all these great men, because just to hear how they all started and all that they did. They didn't know that they were making history, you know, and they would be leaving a legacy. They just did it for the love of it. I remember Daddy always saying that they just love music. They didn't do it for money. They did it for just the love of music.
Quite right.
And I am very honored just to be sitting here just to hear all that went down, or some of the things that went down, you know, in building Jamaica's music, in putting Jamaica on the map, on the global stage. It is just awesome. And I am very happy and honored indeed that you would take the time to really, you know, mourn with me and my family, you know, the loss that we have, you know, experienced over these past weeks. And I am thankful for the opportunity just to be able to carry on, to talk about, do whatever I can to keep my dad's memory alive, because he truly is an icon. Thank you so
Right.
much.
Indeed, you're very welcome,
Right.
you know, and I have to thank you also to make the time possible, because you know Jeffrey just, that was managing and working with Toots for a long while. He proposed
Yes.
that as well. You know, that would make, you know, the whole, you know, conversation complete to have you there, you know. And personally, you know, I've seen him, you know, touring, you know, regularly, you know, like for 2 or 3 years ago, we did a booking in Scandinavia where he did a few shows there, and just, you know, having a conversation and see that, you know, man, you know, he's always been fit, and he shows, as BB he say, you won't come out of stage, and he's, you know, and the energy is up from
Yep.
his start
Yeah,
to
yeah.
back, you know. And I was actually having a conversation with Dominic, a bass player from Martinique, that had to fit in for Jackie because he was operated and couldn't, you know, tour. And it's the bass
Yes.
player I work with, you know, in my band. I am a musician as well, you know. So, and he was telling me certain things, you know, because he was meant just to make 2 shows to fit in until Jackie is getting better. And you know, and his son actually was supposed to fit in, or something like that. But after 2, 3 shows, because they liked him very much, you know, after we could say, well, I just took few clothes, you know, for 2, 3 shows, you know, and I said, no, you have to stay because they love his vibe, you know. And he was telling me so many things about that great man that, you know, you know, it's really a legend and icon, and not only for reggae music, because I hear it and I witnessed tonight. We've been broadcasting, you know, one of the documentary, The Birth of Reggae Music. I'm not sure if it was you also in that documentary saying something about.
Yes.
You're right,
Yes.
right? It was you, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And it's absolutely, you know, wonderful and well made, you know. Did you know
Thanks.
if he had plans, you know, to tour? Because I know before was.
Oh yes, that is always touring,
Yeah.
and so they had things planned out, you know, for September. They had things planned out, you know, for the following year. So hence he was recording, you know, Got to Be Tough album, you
Mhm.
know, and we're doing some videos for it
Right.
because they were thinking of touring, you know, with that
Mhm.
album. So one of the things that, you know, everybody would know, and especially as musicians, a musician is always in the studio, and that is
Right.
Daddy. That is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
always in the studios, always putting a song down, getting a rhythm down. He's always doing that. And so Got to Be Tough was just one of the projects that was the last project that really he worked on. And I'm just happy to see how well the world have been embracing it,
Mhm.
you know, as a result of him passing, you know. It became number one on the global charts, and we're just as a family, we're just grateful and thankful, you know, for the works that he has put in,
Go on.
and it's still, you know, being put forward and how the world is embracing it. So yeah, I am grateful for all that, you know, he represented, you know, and he surely would have been touring had
Yeah.
this not happened, you know.
Yeah.
Music is his life.
So he wasn't, you know, he wasn't thinking about, you know, retiring. And I say,
No,
and people in this, when I say BB, you know, is there, you know, there is a, this is going to be a non-stop, you know, process because, you know, it's life itself, you know. So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, doesn't matter what. Sometimes, like when I'm on tour, Dad, you know, as he got older, he would have some little knee pain,
mhm.
and you know, and he might be feeling those pains, you know, but prior going on to stage. But once he hits the stage,
You couldn't tell, you know,
would never
that's, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
would never know because he gives it his all. You
Mm.
know, sometimes he may sit down a little bit on the drum stand, sit down a
Mm.
little bit on it, and then get up back. But he's always giving, and only we, you know, we would know that boy he wasn't at his best, but he gave it his all because, as I said, music was in his bone, his blood. It
Yeah.
was it was who he is. He was
Wow.
music.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
You know who you
Well,
well said, you know, but you know who I'm really feeling it for as well? The musician that played with him.
yes, yes, yes.
Because right now, maybe they reach certain age that they can't do what they used to do when they were young,
Mm.
you know, and they were
Yeah.
depending on this, you know, touring with Toots.
Yeah.
So that
Yes.
was a big, you know, that I really feel it for those guys because I know most of these musicians.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
man.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
they're out of work now.
that's right.
Yeah. One of the things though that I find with music is that it is something that is passed on, you know. And so you have Paul as a drummer, you know, somebody because of how the industry is, you know, he'll always have work. You know, Jackie, he plays the bass, you know, but guess what? He'll always have a job because of the music, because of the industry. We are there for each other.
Mm.
And so although Daddy has passed and you know they are not they won't be the band, you know, as they used to be, but I know that they'll be working with other bands. I know that because it's the industry, it's what we do, it's who we are, you know, and music goes on, it never
Mm.
stops. It is like a relay race. You know, you pass it on to the next generation, you
Yeah.
pass it on, so it never stays still,
Yeah,
you know?
that is true. But at the end of the day, you have to have somebody to employ them. And
That's right.
the new artist,
They'll be employed,
the new
man.
artist not going to employ
No, no,
Carl and Jackie and Dougie and
no,
those people. Toots was the
They'll
man.
be employed,
Toots was the
man,
man
because
who give them work.
no, no.
You understand?
because
Them
It
guys,
won't be.
they'll be
It
employed
won't be the same
because
like it used to be
it
with
won't
Toots.
it
No,
won't be the same. But
No.
I know that these men they work with other artists at different times.
yes,
Mm.
but
You
it
know?
have to be vintage.
we're talking
Mm.
about the
You know,
age.
all of these musicians that you talk about, they play enough of my songs, too, you know. That's what I'm saying. But you see, right now it's gonna be difficult for them.
It is.
See?
Exactly,
It is. I
exactly.
remember Jackie saying and saying one of the time, one of the things that why he loved working with Dad is because Daddy was so spontaneous on stage.
That's
You know,
right.
you were saying, boy, no set was the same because tonight they played a song this way, you know, and then
Mm.
tomorrow night it's a different way that just feel it differently. And they said that's one of the things that he loved and they loved about working with Dad. And even as
Mm.
myself as a background vocalist for him too, that's one of the things that we loved about him, just his spontaneity on stage that keeps you on your toes, you know?
You
Yeah,
can't get bored. You can't get bored.
No.
It's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
spontaneous and something
Yeah.
new.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yes,
creative,
yes,
very
yes.
creative.
I was
Very
I,
creative.
I was watching. I watched quite a few of his concerts last week, and as an entertainer myself, I was saying to myself, how did he get time to rehearse all these different ways of doing his show?
Yes,
And
you just feel it.
every night it's different,
Yes.
you know. And You see, with the musicians that he had, I wish all the bands today, or most of the bands today, have musicians of that caliber to really work with. Because he was something else. I mean, he was a good friend of mine, and I've got to confess this. I never knew the man so great.
Yeah, but at the idea, you know, Toots is a spontaneous man, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes him change him show right there on the stage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's been happening, Dennis.
Yes, I know. I watch him all the time. I watch quite a few of his show them. But you know something, we have a solution right here on this live, you know. We have somebody who can employ Paul and the rest of them, Mr. Lloyd Parks. Mr. Lloyd Parks can come to
Exactly. You put some real pressure, upon Lloyd.
The two songs that I like with Toots as an artist myself was 5446 and What a Bam Bam.
Yes.
Song 7 book was one of my favorite.
It was two of the greatest songs.
Eh?
You know.
It's so much favorites, believe you.
So those two are two of the greatest songs.
That's right.
Yes.
One as I heard you all mention Dog War. I remember Dad would say that once they went to Africa and they were actually finished, they finished their set. And the folks was like, where you think you're going? You're not going nowhere. And he had to start making up songs on stage. That's where Dog War was, when Dog War was created. Because he said the Africans would not allow them to get off stage. They had to sing. You understand? And Dog War was created right there on stage. Also, Funky Kingston. And that has been another crowd favorite when we're on tour. Once Funky Kingston, everybody just start moving. Oh my God! Yeah, those songs were created out of desperation because the folks wouldn't let him go, and so they had to just start playing and just start singing vibe, and that's how those songs were created.
Yeah, man, Toots was a very creative person, and like I say, it was very spontaneous.
Yeah.
Another legend in the business was Bob Andy.
Yes.
We lost as well.
Oh yeah.
And I really feel it when I speak about these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we know them from like one-on-one. But Bob Andy was another guy that I really miss.
BB.
Yeah.
The other thing with Bob, he was the first lead singer for the Paragons.
Yes, he was. Yes. That they did that's a tune called Love at Last.
Yeah.
That's the first song they recorded at Studio One.
Yeah.
And it was an R&B song, not a ska or anything like that.
Yeah.
R&B song, Love at Last.
I remember that song.
Yeah.
I think after Bob leave, it was Vic Taylor that joined the band.
Yes, they Paragons.
Yes, Paragons,
yeah.
But Bob Andy is one of our greatest songwriters, I always say that the 3 B's. David Seaton, Bob Marley, and Bob Andy is our 3 greatest writers come out of Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
There's 4 B's down, Barry Salmon.
And Barris too.
Yeah, man, Barris.
Yeah.
First learn from the teachers, man.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, but classic writer though.
Come from way back though.
And you know something? Bob Andy was doing a show in Miami, and while he was on stage working, he was singing his own song that he wrote. And some guys in front of the stage, you just come on the stage and sing people's songs. So why you not sing for yourself? That's because people sing over the man sang them.
That's right.
And then when Bob Andy sang them, they must say the man to sing some song of his own.
Yeah.
Like Two Experience and all them songs. So it make him mark, Wedgin. It make him mark.
I've got to go back home.
Wicked.
That was a classic. That's a classic.
That solo alone.
Yes.
Was a classic. People used to sing that solo.
Yes.
It reminds me of Lord Creator, Don't Stay Out Late. With the
Yes.
hands playing unison, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
it's absolutely great. I don't know if we lost, Jenieve, right now. 1 second. Are you with us, Jenieve? We probably lost her, lost the connection here.
No,
Yeah.
no, yes, I am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here.
yes, yeah, yeah. To me, I have one question for you, but you know, to me, Pressure Drop is my song. I have to say that because it has a groove, it has the
Uh-huh.
frequencies and vibration of that song, touches me very much. So, um,
So what about Monkey Man?
It's universal. Come on,
but
yeah.
that song is not so much about Bibi.
Yeah.
Sweet and Dan, there was a classic film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one, Dennis?
Sweet and
Sweet
Dan.
and Danny,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That one, yeah,
Yes.
man. Big song, yeah.
Yeah, that
And
was
there's a song that I don't hear no one talk about,
What?
And I've been watching all the concerts to see if he's gonna sing that. Daddy.
Daddy.
Classic
Daddy.
classic
Classic
song
song.
that too, yeah.
I saw
Daddy. Yeah.
a concert in
Yeah.
in Rainbow Theatre last week.
Yeah.
From early days from in the 70s.
Yeah.
And the introduction for Daddy took about 15 minutes.
I think it's on the Wrangling.
original.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, man. And a lot of people don't even remember Daddy's, but Daddy was
Classic, man.
Classic.
What about his real
Classic,
name?
classic.
But his real name was Reminaya Seminaya.
Seminaya.
It's the same song.
That's my new name.
I don't know where to get the language from, but Remy, but what a bam bam and all them things.
Yeah, man.
Really,
big song.
really was different, It was really
What a
different.
Bam Bam was a festival song,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Bam
I
Bam
remember
won,
when
yeah.
the Gillands, we did a song called Haven't I the Right, and we thought it would win. What it did not mean is What a Bam Bam, because people just wanted simple melodies.
Right.
Everybody could sing What a Bam Bam, and it mashed on the people.
Punchline.
Yes. You see, to come from out of the church in the country, some of
That's
all
right.
of those traditional ideas,
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Maybe Reminaya Seminar means something in tongues too, you never know.
Well,
Hey, the other man who used to come up with them kind of phrase that is Prince Buster,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Buster is come up with some talk. I don't know where my talk out.
Yeah, but I can, we've seen, with all the legends, that, we lost, there is, thankfully, a legacy that carry on in one way or the other.
Yes.
I was very pleased to see, the museum of Peter Tosh. When we did the Ska Festival in Kingston, had a chance to come and say, wow, this is beautiful, and I'm sure that Toots left such a great legacy behind him, and it will be a lot of initiatives, and I hope, I'm not sure, but I hope there are some recorded material that we get something out coming in the future as well, in the near and in the long term, that getting some nice things where we never thought were there. But also we know so many artists that where their children carry the legacy. We know with Joseph Hill, with with Kenyatta. I was on tour with him in 2011. Was absolutely beautiful because he's a great sound engineer, but he has the voice, and that I can see that. Some other, I wouldn't name, but some other, try. And the very important thing is to carry the legacy and to be honest with one another. It's not just everyone that can do it. But why not?
Right.
Maybe one of the children, have the talent and can carry the legacy that will be beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what it is. Because I think not only Kenyatta, and I see Max Romeo with his daughters and his children doing it. And
That's right.
as for that, it makes sense. It's just when
Keep it in the
Definitely.
family.
The thing is,
we have to do
the
it. Definitely look forward to see a
kids
museum,
can carry on
other
the
documentaries.
yeah, the kids them can carry on the legacy, but there is something special, very special about the fathers. You know, that voice tone
Yeah.
that they have. You know, it's significant in the music business.
Mm.
You understand? They sound different from everyone else.
Yeah.
That's true.
They
It's a signature. It's a blueprint. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, so to actually carry the legacy on and make the world hear that voice, you know, so some of them come close. You know, like some of Bob Marley kids them come close.
Yeah.
mhm.
Kenyatta Hill come close sometimes. You have to look
Very
sometimes to see
close.
if it's Joseph.
Very close.
I think Ziggy is the closest.
Yeah, I would have said Stephen is closest.
Stephen.
Stephen.
Even
Yeah,
closer than Ziggy.
Yeah.
Stephen
Yeah.
is the closest one to Bob.
Yeah. And they
But
are.
guess
And they,
what?
mhm.
Guess what? Bob Marley have about 3 different styles. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
If you listen, you
right.
know, you have
Yeah.
something close to Lee Perry.
Mm,
Yes, sometimes
So,
yes.
so each of the children them adapt
right.
his
His style.
style. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
understand?
I think
But
I
all of them
think
sound like Bob Marley.
Yeah,
Yes. They've
yes.
tried to do
But
that.
have a whole heap of influence from Bob.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you say,
I
Jenieve?
I I think for my dad's legacy though, I think we are girls, daughters.
Yes, that's a
The
whole
sound is definitely
No
gonna
man,
be
it
different.
manifests. It manifests through the bloodline, man. See, you're
Yeah,
singing.
it's certainly gonna be different because it's not a male line, it's a female line. And you all know the female, we're different. Our voices
Yeah,
are different.
yes.
but
Let's
Max Romeo daughter is doing a beautiful piece of work.
Yeah.
there
Dennis
you
Brown
go.
daughter, because I've seen them in festival, and sometime it's just to see, because if the blessing is there, is there, and of course we know, because listen, it needs somebody, there is not another Toots. That's what it is.
That's right.
It's just,
Absolutely.
but if anybody, thinks that, they have it, and they want to try, because I see, also with the gladiators, it didn't work that well. We need to be honest with each other, about what it is, because, the legacy, it has to be carried on, but it needs to make sense, because remember, they have a great fan base. And if you're gonna do it,
Yes.
it needs to make sense for everybody, so yeah.
So
That's our intention though.
one of the objective right now, and because of this conversation and meeting and talking about the history and people that was there and contributed, we actually need money right now. This is the important thing now, to set up a place where we can see photos and videos of these artists,
Yeah.
musicians and producers who have died but actually contributed to the music industry. We need a place, yeah, and it's gonna might be in Copenhagen first, and
Yeah.
then we have another one maybe in Jamaica or wherever. But we do need something like that to keep this vibes going, because I've just counted about 150 people that's died, artists
Mhm.
in this business, and I know there are many more.
What about Carol Go Bring Come Guy?
Justin Hines, there's
Justin
there, yeah.
is there.
Right,
Yeah,
Shirley
yeah, yeah,
wasn't mentioned either, right,
No, I
Shirley?
didn't mention Roy
Oh,
Shirley,
Shirley,
yes.
right.
See, so
Right,
yeah.
Shirley.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's another name.
So do need contributions to keep this thing going.
Yeah.
Completely, and I really think, I love, this concept, this format about, reggae legend in conversation, because it's the only way that, this can be documented, and the content is king today in the digital era, and
That's
see,
right.
how is going to the possibilities to monetize this content. It's there,
That's
and
right.
this is the first time we're trying to put, links so people, can participate. And of course, we know was a short notice to do it, but that's the way we want to do it, and bring the content that is very valuable to the people,
That's
and
right.
make sure that it can be monetized. Actually, Bibi, bring the idea about, um to having a platform. And we have, like here in Europe, and I'm sure in the US and where else, they have good, cultural boards with grants, as
That's right.
far, because the paperwork, it's there, where people don't go through, because it needs, to gather, to make an application and have a content that can meet, the cultural boards,
That's
and the
right.
and the objective about this cultural heritage. And finally, to have a sport, a board where it can be as as a museum, and can be a showroom
That's
where
right.
people, not only us but others, can contribute. And we going further for that. What we're looking as Caribbean Culture Drop and Artlantic, which is a NGO doing exchange between Denmark, the former West Indies from Denmark, because the Danish were also great slave trader, as we know from history, with the St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John, and Ghana. We're doing some exchange, and we know it's possible, to fundraise where we can have some content that a lot of people can, take a profit, and just, can have a chance to see these things and have these great legends, giving their takes about the real thing when it happened, not from Wikipedia. So
That's right. The horse's mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
Some names just came to
ways
me,
how we
David.
can
Iggs and
found
Wilson.
and people can participate.
Iggs and Wilson.
Iggs and Wilson. And the
Wow,
Blues
wow, wow,
Busters.
wow, wow. Yes, shit.
Busters, Iggs and Wilson. Yeah.
I,
just
I
came
don't I
to me.
don't know him.
Right?
That's
Iggs and
another
Wilson.
one. Yeah.
Well,
Busters.
they're from in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Manio.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. Manio, Roy Wilson, and Joe Iggs.
Joy. Yeah.
Joe Higgs,
Yeah.
Baby
And
mentioned
Blues
Joe Higgs.
Busters.
So.
Blues much. Yeah.
Blues Busters, Philip James, and Lloyd, I forgot his last name.
Campbell,
Yeah.
Blues Busters.
Yeah, Blues
Yeah.
Busters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that Bonnie from Mighty Diamonds is out. I don't know if he were ill for a while. Song is replacing, because if I'm not mistaken, Mighty Diamonds is a trio that always stay together all the way, the original,
Yeah.
with Judge, Tubby and Bonnie, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah.
Until recently, Bonnie wasn't in the picture anymore.
Yeah, he's not well at all.
No, okay, that's what I thought, and another trio that was fantastic. Even they scattered, and the industry sometimes has a not so nice part is Israel Vibration, because to me we just lost Apple Gabriel, this recently, that and that wasn't COVID, he had diabetes, and
Oh,
that's the kind of things that also happen, because we have to remember, music industry, it's so wicked, yeah, sort of speaking, beside the art and all that what we bring, because we've been doing this, money or money not, and
Yeah.
and that's what it is, and I have an experience here. I've been managing an artist that we have the records in Denmark, the first youngest artist, 15 years to win 2 national awards, and we were with Universal and TV and all these things. But I learned a lot of things. I learned that the industry is so far from the art, it's just
Yeah.
there, it
Yep.
facilitates certain things, and it's important, also for the young artist to understand the business, and that's why I give credit
That's
to Bibi,
right.
very early. He understood about the publishing, he understood about, where the stakeholder, and with the digital era, a lot of people that had a clue just getting more and more lost, to see, because it is complicated,
That's
even
right.
if you've been in the industry so long time, it's so complicated, because it's changing all the time, and algorithms, it's them who control the streaming, world and the platforms. But it's possible, to educate and help people also, that they can find their way, because we can be independent today. It's the best time ever to be independent.
That's right.
another guy I just remember is Jackie Opel. He was born in Bahamas, in
Barbados.
right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
Yeah.
But he recorded a lot in Jamaica. Jackie Opel.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the name he left out, Jackie Opel.
No, I didn't put his name because he's not a
And
Jamaican.
also Keith from Keith and Enid. Bibi, you remember Keith?
He was a part of the thing, baby.
Which one? Keith and Enid?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think Enid is still alive. I'm not sure, but Keith passed on.
Yes, she is. But I need a surname for him.
Yes, I don't remember.
Keith Stewart.
Ah,
Keith Stewart?
Yeah.
It's all quite right.
Okay.
okay.
BB,
Yeah.
did you forget John Holt in your list?
No, it's there. Yeah, I call
Okay,
it. Yeah.
because that's the thing, Yeah,
Jackie Edwards.
Jackie Edwards.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to remember that guy named too. Jackie Edward. Wow.
Jackie Edwards.
Wilfred Jackie Edwards.
Wilfred
Yeah.
Jackie Edwards, yeah. Is Lassell still with us? Perkins.
Yeah.
Still with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Lassell Perkins.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Still going strong.
When he said Jack Edwards, I know him as Wilfred.
Wilfred. We all know him as Wilfred. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, Owen Gray still with us.
Owen Gray still. Yeah.
What I'd like to see though, I'd like to see Jamaica, they really build a statue of Coxsone.
Yeah.
Because without Studio One, I don't think that you'd have a Bob Marley or a Burning Spear or whatever,
Cox was an
great
innovator.
innovations that come out of Studio One.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cox was
Well,
an innovator.
Studio One coming like Motown.
Yes. So then
Yeah.
you really have a statue of that guy, so people
Yeah.
tourists can come and see the same way too,
Yeah.
And I really want to try and repress for something like that too.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
Toots' daughter, Jahdil, what's her name?
Jenieve.
Huh?
Jenieve.
Jenieve. You can see, her name on the screen. Jenieve.
How you spell that?
J. There.
Nieve.
Yeah, what I wanted to say to you all the time when they say Toots was performing in pain, right? You remember, when the music hits you, you feel no pain.
You feel no pain. That's true.
I didn't say I got a pain in my belly.
Yeah.
That's right.
But it's true that way, when you go on that stage and the adrenaline start
You
pumping,
don't feel no pain, man.
No.
you don't feel
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the audience give you a certain amount of vibes and
Yes.
vitality.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
It's
everything
true.
else gone through the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the music works. That's why
Yeah.
Yeah.
when music you feel no pain. Real talk.
Mhm.
That's
That's
a good
true.
line. That's a good line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last show I did with the Toots, you remember this Jahdil, the festival?
Yeah, the ska festival
Ska festival.
in Kingston, yeah.
I was praying that they didn't put Toots on before me. And they put Toots on before me.
Yeah.
And I had to wait. And when I go and I said, damn, I had to work extra hard.
Extra hard. Yeah.
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 Love him to bits, though, man.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Great man. Great man.
Jenieve,
Thank you.
I would, we know this part about the music, and he was there. I personally am interested, outside, the stage and outside the studio, when he would have time for himself and everything.
Daddy
He had,
loved
beside the music, and probably spent.
Daddy loved to play dominoes. Even when we're on tour, and we have a long drive, he would come up front and, any one of us and the men would just start around, you understand?
That's a yard thing, yeah.
Daddy loved dominoes, man. So
Yeah.
whether he's on the road or he's at home, domino table up to draw. You
Exactly. Yeah.
Jamaican,
Yeah.
we all love our domino, man. We all like to drop 6 love.
6 love.
Yeah.
Domino and Ludi. Ludi,
Yeah,
you remember
man.
Ludi?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a must. So he loved to do that. Of course, beach. Love going to the beach,
Yeah.
That was a must. And then Daddy loved to cook. That was
Wow.
a great cook. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's a
Daddy loved to
must.
cook.
Yeah.
That was a must.
Yeah.
So we
And
always look forward to that.
yeah. That's a great thing about Jamaicans, because I've been touring with, I was, just just lucky to do that, and either if it was Anthony B and Marcia Griffiths, cook. She loved to cook, and Nancy, sister Nancy, she don't want anything. She want to go shop, get her things and cook for herself. It's beautiful, Yeah.
Yes.
And I read a thing about him, and how him get on with his siblings. He would go and visit them and carry things to them on a regular basis. And I think that was so beautiful,
Yeah. Daddy was a people person at heart. I remember, once we're on the road and anybody stopped Daddy for anything, he would always find something to give, and he was such a easy person to talk to. It doesn't matter who that would make them feel very comfortable. And that's one of the things that I really loved and admired about my father, in that he never looked at, the way we are calling him now, an icon, the great Toots. No, he was just a man, and he just loved people. So once he hits the road, he just thought of himself as somebody ordinary. And so
Yeah,
he was always approachable. And I really love that about that. And he loved to give jokes, right?
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Always giving jokes.
And one
Let
thing,
me let me ask you something.
yeah,
Sorry.
yes, yes, baby,
I want to
please.
see how much she knows her father now. What was that number 5446 all about?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even born as yet. But Dad would tell us that, he was going, he and Raleigh, they were driving, and these cops stopped them. And at the time he wasn't even a smoker, but Raleigh was a smoker. You
Yeah.
understand? And then no, they put it on him,
Oh, oh my
but
God.
he wasn't a smoker at the time, and so they locked him up, ended up locking him up for something that he didn't do. That's why he had to write the song.
That was his number
For politics, that
5446.
number.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
it became a hit,
Huge
out
hit.
of
Yeah.
Massive hit, massive hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge hit.
yeah,
Huge
an
hit.
That's
innocent man,
that's how clever this man was.
yeah, an innocent man,
That
and
Yeah.
was his prison number. 54.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
innocent,
yeah.
capitalize on it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
That was
and that's
definitely
it.
smart.
Yeah.
And Genevieve, one thing I can tell you, your father had a great, respect and love for Bibi, because I witnessed that, several of times. The one I tell you in Summer Jam, I don't know if you were there, because there was somebody from his family, his daughter or something, it was, backstage, and when I
Sometimes you have myself or Leva touring with Dad.
Right, right. It was in 2002, I remember. And he was the main act closing, because they always have an icon, Jimmy Cliff, for closing Summer Jam. And Summer Jam is the greatest, event in the world, in that sense, with all due respect to,
Quite
to
right.
Rebel Salute and yeah, yeah, exactly, and some fest. And when I came there and present myself, like what everybody said is so true, because he's very spontaneous, and he's in the now. The power of now was with him, because when I was presenting myself and I say, Bibi, where's Bibi? Say, no, he's not there, but I am working with Bibi, and he asked Nadia to bring champagne, and he start, just conversation so easy, like we knew each other from Jump Street, and that was a great impression for me. And he say, well, Bibi, and start to tell me about his take on that. And he tell me, when I do the tour, Bibi has to open my show. He tell me that, and we were just, I was calling you after that, Bibi. And the second time it was in Kingston there. And I think, Lloyd, you were there as well there, backing different artists, didn't you?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
with Sibbles and, and everything. And, it was so hectical, because, what, before he came in there, and when he came outside, so everybody want to call me, and picture and this and that. And there is this, bouncer or bodyguard that is with him all the while I'm there. And I had to follow him, like that, and say, well, Bibi is here, he want to heal you up. And he stopped everything. I say, where's
Mm-hmm.
Bibi?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, so we
we're
go way back,
pushing him to the car. And
Mhm.
I realized, how much he respected, and loved Bibi from the time they know each other from the beginning. And I
Studio
think
one,
that's a
yeah.
great, character of somebody that, know himself, and, and there is no hype or just, stardom about him. That was a great, impression on me, So,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
love him, man.
Yes,
yeah, man.
that's one of the things I loved about my dad, and one of the things I would dare to say about a lot of the Jamaican artists. Really, I don't. If I meet Mr. Lloyd Parks, he just Lloyd, and it's just easy.
That's
You
it.
know, so I think it's a
Thank you.
legacy, even with Barry's, everybody, with the Jamaican artists, no matter how big they are globally, they just have the common touch, and
Yeah.
they're really approachable. So I think it's really something also from Jamaica. That's how we are.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and I've never met a Jamaican artist that is just, full of themselves and just, make you feel
Never,
uncomfortable.
I can name a few.
the artists from
Hey,
And you can never
don't,
met
baby,
them.
don't.
Thank God, never met them.
Real veterans are always humble, man. Real
yeah,
veterans.
vintage artists do have an ego. The real
Yeah.
vintage artists do have an ego.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know.
The little new man, them hype like what?
Yeah, man.
Well, you see, out of that, it brings this thing, and it's something we've been doing, before, and we're going to continue doing this.
Yeah.
And the objective is to keep the thing going and get us together and let people be aware of the part that these people played in the world of music. Because a small island like Jamaica, with about 2.5 million people, look what we have done to the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
man.
are even worse than the coronavirus.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Spreading, yeah.
One guy
All
asked me
right.
one time,
Bibi,
he says,
is
how
this
come
gonna be,
Jamaican
Bibi,
music
Yeah.
stay
is this, is
of the
this
same
gonna
cover
be
in
the
the world?
Reggae Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
I want to.
definitely. A
We're
reggae.
really working on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could be
Reggae
great.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I
working on it.
don't want to say reggae, because to me reggae is just one thing
Genre.
out of Jamaica. You have ska, you have
Yeah.
rocksteady, and you have reggae, and you have
Jamaican
dancehall.
music, all of you.
I would say that Jamaican Music Hall of Fame,
Jamaican.
rather than just go to one reggae. That's something where everybody know. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it limits the whole purpose.
that's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
So
Lydie, there is something you say, and it's probably also, the education, because we have to remember, I don't want to, to sound, bad mind and everything, but Bob Marley was Bob Marley. He's not his children. I have to remember most of them, grow up in private schools with a different environment than the Bob Marley, from St. Anne, and coming from, you understand what I'm saying? And that maybe is also the reason why people are so humble. And when Lloyd is mentioning that, I don't know if you remember in 2012, in the O2 Arena, when I came, we just had to do a dress rehearsal, with the gay, because I was representing the galas and being the music director of them, and being with these great musicians, in the dressing room, the way they show me the love and respect, because I consider myself as a lousy musician, and having
Come on,
don't worry that.
having no, but Lloydie, I was there, with Robbie Lynn, and one great we lost, Boppy, God bless his soul, because it was simplicity. Simplicity is the thing that I don't see in the new generation here. They're playing cool, but they're not cool, and it is my opinion. It's not, I'm not talking in the behalf of somebody, because I go on the road a lot and I'm backstage. I am missing that, and that's love. The opposite of love is fear. It's not like being courageous. The opposite of love is fear. And I feel something that is not there. And when when I met them like that and see this great, the way they respect me and everything, I say, wow, it's a great inspiration, I have to say, so.
Yeah, but you acting very humble, and a lot of people don't know you speak about 5 different languages.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, that's I'm not a lucky being Jamaican, but because I see I have no chance to come in BB's list.
Can you speak the patois?
Well, we can manage it still,
Yeah. Well, you don't classify patois as a language,
yes,
you see?
but it's a dialect or whatever, we have the Creole, also in the French, because my mother is from France and my dad is from North Africa, Morocco.
Okay.
But the love of the music, the reggae is anywhere. You can go in Guinea, you can go, in Austria, it's there. That's what BB say. The impact of the culture was, absolutely great. And there is no ego. What I want to finish to say, with that generation, that is your generation, I didn't feel any ego. Just in that dress rehearsal and speaking with Boppy, and I knew already, it was the Joy in the Morning. It has a solo, and when I tell him, Boppy, you take the solo, and he said, just take it. rehearse it because the chord change and the solo has a theme. It's not like a freestyle. You just take it and say, all right, and that vibes and feeling is just lovely. And
Yeah.
me, I've been so blessed, to have that experience, Lloyd. So
Yeah, man.
man,
And Jahdil,
yes, King.
the part that we're leaving out, with Toots is the collaboration with international artists all across the globe.
Yes.
Toots is loved by a
Yeah.
whole heap of big artists
Yeah.
Yeah.
that talk about Toots. You
Yeah.
understand?
And record with them too.
Yes, yeah, man. He's got a great influence on the pop scene.
Bonnie Tyler came to mind.
Right.
And the country singer there, country western singer, I forgot his name.
Yes.
Willie Nelson.
Willie
Willie
Nelson.
Nelson.
Yes,
Nelson.
yes,
Quite
completely.
right.
There
And
is a
he
documentary.
came on Juzaman show as well to Juzaland.
Yeah, the whole of them love Toots, man. All of the big man them out there we go with global.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Them talk about Toots. Them really
Mick Jagger.
yes,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
quite right.
The only thing with this coronavirus, everybody that dying in this year now won't get a big funeral like they would normally get.
Yeah.
Boy.
COVID, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so sad.
My take on that is that there's no good time to die, but now is the worst time.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah. And hopefully, we have to keep, the high frequencies and positive that
That's right.
something can happen, so we can come to some normality because this madness cannot carry on,
This is
you know,
crazy, man.
forever, so that's everything. I don't know because I heard the news also with Bonnie Lee. That's also something recent. Was it COVID as well, or I don't know if you heard.
Nobody was here for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some health issue, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of health issues.
Yeah.
What about Bonnie Whale has been in rehab right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's out,
No, he went back to the hospital.
He went back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. And his wife is missing as well. That's very sad,
He's
Yeah.
still missing.
Yeah, man. His wife is missing in action. Very, very sad thing that. I don't know how that could be, but
He's been missing a while now.
Yeah.
For a good while, yeah.
Couple months well, man.
Yeah.
I think that it affect him too,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
You understand? Yes.
Dennis, this musician named Brackenridge, trumpet player?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Arnold Brackenridge.
Yes.
Brackenridge used to play in my band, the Conscious Minds.
Pass the same day with
Oh my God.
with
Bonnie
Bonnie
Lee?
Lee.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes. Some
Brackenridge.
And BB,
Yeah, he was with my band, man.
BB,
Yeah.
you're missing Styles Scott.
Scott. Yeah, man.
All right.
Rose
Yeah.
Radix.
That's,
Rose Radix, man.
yeah. Wow. I need more paper. When I'm just
Yeah,
doing
man.
short and so everything is
Yeah.
all right. So Adele,
Yeah.
Yes, baby.
we don't know when the next one of this thing is gonna be, or do you know?
Well, we're gonna schedule it, and we would love to organize ourselves much better, with because this is like a series, as is the part, 2 of Reggaelegends in Conversation. We're gonna try to to apply and see if we can convert things into podcasts.
Yes.
So because as people are participating, we need to see because we are new into this and see if
Okay.
there is any intellectual properties because you're participating in the content.
That's
And
right.
make if there is any royalty so they can come to the people that is there. And I think it's a great idea, but it wouldn't be a great idea if you don't think the same way.
That's
So
right.
when is Toots' funeral?
It's coming up soon. We're just trying to lock the date. It's gonna be soon. Hopefully,
Couldn't we arrange something like this for Toots?
I'm talking to Minister Grange. We're in conversation about some things, and we just want to lock down some things. So let me just lock those things with her first, and then we can finalize what we'll be doing for that. And then I'll certainly you'll know because it will be in the media. You'll know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were in dialogue with Minister Grange now just to see how we can, get things done through COVID, you know, really work a
Yeah.
lot of things, you know.
Yeah, it's a shame to see one of our
You know, to probably doing some.
greatest legend pass away, and we should have something like this to even highlight it. We can't go to the funeral, but at least the world can see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're working on some things with Minister Green.
It's
So
possible. That's a great idea. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, that's an idea, and it's always food for thought, you know, and the content,
Yeah.
you know, can be done in one way or the other. Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, baby,
Yeah.
you know that subject that you bring up about the genre, different genre in our music,
Yes.
ska, rocksteady, etc. You know, so my take when I talk about reggae, you know, I amalgamate everything, you know,
Yeah, include everything. Yeah.
include everything. I said reggae boys and reggae girls and everything. It's just Jamaican music, but reggae sum up everything as far as I'm concerned of our music. You understand?
That is why I mentioned Reggae Hall of Fame, because it covers
It
all
covers
the music.
everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I would say that Toots is one of our reggae ambassadors. You understand? We're not going to say because Toots come from ska, you know. Toots come from rocksteady. Toots come into reggae, right? So it go through all of the genres them. So I would have said reggae is Jamaican music, and that includes everything.
Yeah.
Because the name reggae is now out front. But without ska, there wouldn't be rocksteady, and
Right.
without it wouldn't be reggae.
Exactly. The whole like fused together.
Yeah,
But I
because
tell you something.
90% of my music is ska.
Right.
I tell you
5%
something.
is reggae.
If one today's generation, if they should be listening to reggae now, to ska, they would call it reggae.
Exactly.
Because they don't know the difference.
Exactly.
It's like music from that era. They call everything Studio One. You know,
Yeah.
they don't say Treasure Isle, they don't say Bunny Lee, RJ. RJ is a man you never put in the two, baby.
Yeah, but we not follow fashion. We want people to know the different genres of genres.
Yeah,
of music.
Jamaican music, it covers ska, rocksteady,
Yeah.
and all the genres.
That's
So
right.
Jamaican music, I mean, everybody knows ska.
That's right.
Everything.
Yeah, but you know, in the world know it.
Because remember there's a saying where some people says them create reggae, you know.
Yes.
And it was ska. So you differentiate.
Yeah.
So
And
reggae is not rocksteady, and reggae is
No.
not ska.
No.
So Jamaican music covers everything.
That's right.
True.
Yes, but we're not gonna say Jamaican music still. The world know it as reggae.
Yeah.
It's we have to differentiate.
No, but you have to correct the world, you know. You have to correct the world, you know.
Thank you.
Reggae is just a different genre.
Yeah, well, political correct, you know. But what I'm saying is the world know Jamaica.
Remember, it's history, you know, Dennis. Remember, we deal with the history now, you know, historical thing, this, you know. So we have to make it significant.
That's right.
Understanding.
When you say Treasure Isle, Studio One, a lot of people on the outside will think Jamaican music come from Treasure Island Studio One. They don't remember, they don't know about Federal.
Yeah.
Where everybody recorded in Federal in the beginning, ska. Most got recorded in Federal.
Yeah, the whole of the nowadays DJ them with on the pirate station them and all over the place. Them call when them played music from our era, them call it Studio One.
Yeah, they call it a music Studio One.
True.
Regardless who produce it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because I tell you, Dennis, I only recorded one song in Studio One.
Yeah.
And that was when I was with Las Caballeros, Johnson.
Yes, I remember that band, yeah.
Yeah. Well, all of my music recorded in West Indies studio. I'm Federal.
Yep.
Yeah, I got West Indies at the time.
Yeah.
You know, as it goes, when you travel the globe, you know, and you say reggae music, them say Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Bob Marley start out doing ska.
Of course.
Bob come to the rocksteady era.
Yeah.
Bob come right up in a reggae till him come with fame on a music where I work with. But everything
simmer down.
All reggae.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with us, you know, Dennis. We don't really document things.
There's no documentation.
As a race now. So we need the documentation that the youth is going to school now, can go in somewhere in Jamaica or wherever and know the true history
Yeah.
of where the music is coming from. Hence, bolero, ska,
Yeah.
rocksteady, reggae, dancehall.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we need to have
Billy,
something like that set up
as
so they
we-
can know the
Billy.
movements of it. Yeah.
As we speak, just that down Scully for me, please.
I've already
Bonnie
have him
Scully?
down. Yeah.
Yeah. Bonnie and Scully came from the Virgins Day.
No, if
First
you
R&B. Them on
The
Sims and
first-
Robinson.
They're the
I said
first
it's
artist to record, you know.
Yes.
relax.
They're the first Jamaican artist that ever recorded.
No,
First
Sims
Bonnie
and
Scully.
Sims and Robinson.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Larry Lakins?
Bonnie and Scully.
Night Squad.
Bonnie and Scully, Sims and Robinson.
Morning program.
Yeah.
Then.
Larry Lakin, yes.
Night Squad. Larry Lakins.
You put him down, baby. Larry.
Yeah.
Larry. Yeah.
Did you know that Laurel wasn't a Jamaican?
That guy was
Cuban.
that guy was lead the treetop. Same name again.
The
Ah, God, I can't remember.
Uh,
I can't remember.
Dion.
Yeah.
The tenors.
Dion, we don't know him surname, but Dion was the leader, but him did gone to it. Dion,
Yeah.
Dion
Yeah.
the guy who used to lead the two
The treetops.
treetops and the one who used to lead what the name? What's sing Midnight Hour? Joe Creek.
Oh,
Sensation.
Silver Tones.
Silvertone.
Silvertones, yeah.
Yeah.
They're still alive, you know.
No,
Yeah.
that lead singer. I'm talking about that lead singer.
The leader gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That first lead singer.
That
Oh.
voice, man.
Oh,
That
but the
that
touring,
big
you know.
voice, you know?
Yeah.
That big voice with him up there.
Yeah.
Is him gone with him voice?
Yeah.
Dennis, I have one question because I was watching a documentary last night about Bonnie Lee because I just wanted really we had an experience with him in Guernsey 2012 with BB and some other people around us, but he was claiming what is the first reggae song because people say is Nanny Goat with Larry Marshall. He's saying something else. And he was, talking about, the Nanny Goat didn't never have a shuffle. It has like a reggae thing, to start with in the intro.
Well, even
Maybe Lloydie, you have a take in that too, but
yeah,
enlighten me, please.
he claimed that it was Bangarang was the first reggae song, but other people claims otherwise. You understand?
Everybody's claiming. But the first reggae song that have a shuffle, the first song that comes with that shuffle, that's a reggae song.
Right.
Because that is what changed it from rocksteady to reggae, the shuffle.
Which
Right.
one was
And
that?
it's the organ thing that Jack Me Too played on that song. You just mentioned the name.
Maybe why our Nanny Goat.
Nanny Goat.
Nanny
That's
Goat,
the thing.
yeah.
You remember play something like say that is what keeps getting the reggae going. That is what started reggae music. And the name reggae come from Streggae.
Exactly. Struggle with
Right.
all the girls.
That's right.
Right.
And I was talking to Lucarai too, and Lucarai said him is the first man who sing a song called reggae in the song for Prince Buster. So, and another man said Clancy was responsible for the first reggae as well.
Everybody claiming.
Yeah, did a good job there,
It's hard to
I like that.
pinpoint,
It's a whole controversial with that,
Yeah.
The reason why is because you have artists record all over the place. So I might be recording at the same time when you recording for somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it all depends. It's hard to pinpoint it. But I tell you something though, I believe the first ska was Easy Snapping.
Yes.
No, Easy Snapping was not ska. Easy Snapping was boogie.
Well, it was boogie, but it had
It's still a Sky Night,
No. You see, the emphasis of ska is that up second offbeat.
Yeah.
And
You're a musician attack,
And that Easy Snapping did not have that.
Okay.
Even there's a guy called Ska Campbell that played tenor sax. He does nothing but just play ska. And they call him Ska Campbell. Even though you have all of the musicians running, Lester Sterling, you name them, Tommy McCook, Roland Alphonse, he just played right spot every tune and get the same amount of money like the rest of them.
Mr.
Ska
Campbell.
Yeah. And I had a question also because I heard that Cuba played a big role, in the Jamaican music industry, because also the facilities to record in the early days. were they, were there some professional, recording studio before, that Cuba participated in this recording? It was another island as well where people went and record there, in the old days. Cuba was a choice because it was a closed island, or just, the facilities, were,
I
there.
think it's more Cubans come to Jamaica to play. Because Roland Fonso and these guys are Cubans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So more.
we never used to go to Cuba.
No, they come to us.
Oh, it's the other way around. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And play the instrument. Most of some of them never come from that school. We call it the
Alpha.
Alpha. Yeah.
Hey, baby,
Yeah.
don't leave out Gladys, because Gladys is a big part of the thing,
That's an Anderson.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's there.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, man.
Okay, can I remember?
Keyboard player and singer.
Yes, when I used to go to the studio, every session is him I sit down on the piano, either him or stamping.
Yeah.
So where music was created, that man is definitely one of the makers.
Yeah, man. I have Winston Wright and this guy Harold Butler.
Yes.
Yeah. And Linted, I believe he was from Trinidad, huh?
Yeah, man, Linty played a very big part,
Whenever the island boys them come to Jamaica, them don't want to go back, and them never go back.
No.
Yeah.
I think Linty had played a very important part in Rocksteady.
Very.
And they all contributed.
Yeah.
I love him style, because him have, just like the way him pick, and him do the down, thing, and he use intervals in his thing. I love that,
Yeah.
Even though
solo.
Yeah. Even though, my great. Oh yeah. Okay. Originally, all right. I understand why, because that thing you have to play it as it is, otherwise you will clash, with the chords, So sort of speaking. And Dwight Pickney is really my inspiration, because beside the effects and everything, the way he touched the string, Dwight Pickney has a thing that I love very much, inspired me, So
Dwight Pickney had a group called the Sharks, and they came to Studio One and audition and did a tune called "How Could I Live," to my Dennis Brown cover.
Mm-hmm.
And the competition was too great for them. That's why Caxton said, "Listen, you guys go back up some artists."
Hey, baby.
And that is how we got Lady Ready Regis played by the Sharks.
Baby Desmond Decker.
Yes.
Come on.
The Sharks was like, they were trying to emulate the Beatles by singing and playing their instrument. The first set of artists that come there into Studio One. But the competition, as I said, was too great.
That's history, baby.
Yeah.
That's history, I tell you.
When
them come, you have the clarineters, you have the meters, you have the gillers, you have the wailers, you have some serious groups and make hits.
Hey, another point I want to bring up on this thing, why Bibi don't get plenty accolade from the Jamaica government as a man who played such a great part in the Jamaica music industry. Bibi Seaton is one of the first names that should come up when I'm talking about OD and all kind of different accolades. You understand? That never happened, and we want to know why isn't a man like this being crowned for his work that he have done for the Jamaica industry.
I didn't want an overdose.
Dennis, you need to recommend it. It don't happen on its own like that. Someone have to recommend him.
Yeah, but they need to have somebody in place that know the industry.
You don't have to. You can do it.
No, you need more than one people to nominate,
Yes, but be the first one.
No, it's a real thing, because one thing is the music, the artistry, and the talent, God-given talent, and because really, if there was any justice in the industry, so Coffee, with all respect due and her talent, she wouldn't be winning, the reggae album of the year with the EP. And the girl, because we booked her in our festival in Sweden the other day, she could hardly perform 20 minutes, because she's new into this and everything, but she wins it. So it means art and culture is very rooted to politics. You know, I have I have actually my degree from the music industry. You know, from the Royal Academy, so I get to learn certain things. Just some question raised, you know, why this and why that, you know, but there are reasons for that. And I think that BB is in the UK play a big role that is not in Jamaica. And people that are in Jamaica and come, you know, the usual suspects coming to whatever, you know, that's, you know, when they're coming together, you know, and culturally and the festivals.
What about researches? Them don't do the research, these people that giving out the accolades. What about a man like Owen Gray? One of the first artists in Jamaica.
Yep.
The problem is lack of research.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dennis.
Yes, I.
Do you remember I was the first and only one that gave Owen Gray a trophy?
Oh yes, I remember when you had
Owen Gray and Dimples. You know, you see, people don't study this thing, you know, and most of them choose their favorite artists. They don't check the history of it.
It says a curry favor thing, as we say in Jamaica.
You have money. If you go down there with money, you can buy anything. Then
it's not by merit.
No, you can buy anything you want. So I don't want to OD because I overdose.
No, you can call yourself old and dangerous.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. It's always good, you know, to have recognition in that sense, you know, from your country and your contribution and so forth, you know. But I know for certain, you know, that, you know, BB contributed a lot, not only as an artist and songwriter that people know him, but also as an A&R, being in Studio One, and the stories, you know, he's been telling me, and that is something that it's recognized by the people, you know, and that I agree about that, you know. So in due time, you know, people one day think it's time, it will be time, you know. But
Lady,
yeah,
what's the name of your partner again? I always try to remember his name. The Termites.
Wentworth Vernon.
Wentworth Vernon, man. Is he still alive?
No, I'm passed about 3 years ago.
Oh my God, Wentworth Vernon. Okay.
Yeah. What? Yes, one more there. Yeah, man. So.
Well, Lady, I must commend you, Bridget. You're doing a very good job in Jamaica, the one. Back in the foundation artist, them. Very good.
Give thanks, guys. You know, when I felt like give it, packing it up, and I say, a man come to me and say, so Lady, so who would I do it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have to just think twice, you know, because you have some other bands, them play soca, them play all kind of thing, but I was the authentic reggae band.
That's right.
Yes. Well, I mean, I listen to you all the while now, because I'm out thinking Rockstead Reunion.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You know, with all of the artists, them where you back. It's really
start time.
Wicked, man. Heineken
start time.
Yeah, man. You do some brilliant work.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You have to make some mark, you know. You're here on earth, you have to do something. You have to give something significant.
Don't worry, Lady. We're not waiting till you pass away, man. You go and get it. Don't worry yourself, my brother. You deserve it.
And these things will be officially.
Yes,
the truth is, you know, from 2000, I get OD still. You know? I've gotten that, you know.
Yeah, man.
But,
well deserved. Yeah, man. Well deserved. You know, because
half Jamaica now. Like Bonnie Wheeler get out of Jamaica too, you know. Bonnie Wheeler get about 3 accolades, you know.
Yeah.
Get some big one, man.
Some real big one, you understand? So
Toots get?
Yeah, man. Toots get. I think Toots get OD. Where's Toots' daughter? She on the thing still.
She's probably gone in the kitchen.
Okay.
But you're going to see Toots get some other big one now, you know, because you know the thing.
Jenieve is with us. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's OJ. He's OJ.
Oh, very good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Well, get it before I'm passed. I love that.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Well deserved, you know.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, you know, it's what can I say? You know, it has been very great, you know, to have you all guys. You know, I see the timing, you know, for the we don't have, a time limit, we can talk until, Christmas evening, because, I'm very enjoying it, and there are a lot of people there, we're looking forward for the comments and, and what they say. Normally, we have a different platform, Zoom, where people can ask questions directly, like we did in part 1. It wasn't really possible to do, today, because we have some difficulties, but it's going to be we're going to put the links of everyone that is here present, where people can reach out and everything, and also donate, privately, if it's possible, if you have a set up a platform or a PayPal or whatever that, beside the one that we had today, so if anybody has, a final words for this session, it has been very great, to.
Yes, Adele, I have something to say about that.
Yes.
The Windrush situation, the original black people that come to England from Jamaica.
Yeah.
They're keeping something similar to this at the end of this month.
Awesome.
Yeah, and anyone want to get in touch with the proprietor for this can either call me or call Bibi. But
right.
This is very, very important as well.
So could you please, send us, a link so we can put it, because we always, just wrap up and just sending some thanks and greetings for people who participated. And
okay.
We put, the links of everyone participating for this one.
Yeah.
In conversation part 2. And if you have, a relevant link you want us to post, we will do so, So
okay.
I will see the last one, was streamed, like 2,600 people, within 24 hours. It was very nice, people that, watching it, because it stayed on our Facebook, and people can come and watch it anytime, actually,
All right.
And the link can be shared also for you, to utilize if you think, it's a, yeah, man. It's
yeah.
So thank you guys for coming and turning up and taking a part in this movements.
Yeah, man.
We have
It was
to
a
remember,
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
we have to let God be in the middle of everything that we're doing.
Exactly.
You see, because him run things.
Yeah.
Is him going to take over from the coronavirus? Because that thing is messing up everybody's work and all of this as artists.
Yes.
Stop the world.
So the more positive vibes that we can issue, it might just get rid of the virus. And I'm trying to be like Donald Trump, that fucking idiot. Excuse my expression.
Yeah. Well, we just hope for the best, We just hope for the best that, something will happen, so we can come to some normalities and
Right.
tour and do what we do best, So thank you so very much, and sincere condolences, to your family again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
Thank you so
Yeah, man,
much.
condolences.
Pleasure meeting you to
Yes,
Jenieve.
Yeah.
Pleasure
Yes,
meeting you.
my
Yeah.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
To this tribulation, Yes, God will guide you through and your
Thank
family.
you. Thank you.
I just want to say condolences to the family and be strong,
Yes, thank you.
But listen. You have the tree and you have the branches, so he's still alive.
That's
As long as
right.
Amen.
That's right.
That's how it
That's
goes,
right.
Yes.
He's still alive.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Blessed
Thank
bed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
And from King Sounds, condolences to the family as well. And I know you don't know this, but I used to make your father's clothes when I was a kid.
Wow.
Also, that
Really?
gentleman beside you, Mr. Roy Panton.
Yeah.
I used to be their tailor.
Wow.
Well, I know you were supposed to have been a great tailor, because that is very fussy.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, man. It's a small world, but we enjoy myself. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
thanks so very much,
And Lloyd Parks, thank you for coming from Jamaica, because sometimes we try to link some people and it's come like in the work.
Yeah.
But it work, and we're going to just keep it going, and we can only build for better,
This is special occasion, Carl.
That's right. That's right.
Very special, because tonight, Saturday night, we would like to be out there on the town doing some live stage.
Music.
Yep.
Right now, this is our stage show tonight.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. and look forward. We're gonna try to do every Reggae Legend in conversation, especially and try to bring topics to see how we can participate to enlighten and inform people because this is a cultural affairs in the higher standard, top of the line, and how also to send the words to the fans and people that are willing to support because the artists and need to be supported more than ever in this time, musicians, artists, and we know there are corporates like festivals and everything, but they have their entities differently because the artists, if you don't perform, and sound engineer and musicians, they can put food on their table.
That's right.
Thank you so very much, and much love and respect to each and every one. And we'll keep posted, for the part 3 coming very soon, in November or early December. So take good care of yourself, and we speak very soon.
And thank Maria for playing a very important part in
Yes,
behind the
yes,
scenes.
yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna see. Well, she don't want me to show her, but she's controlling the whole thing.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Yeah, man.
you.
Yes. So
Give thanks. I'm going to exit now. So give thanks.
Yes, give thanks.
Bless up everybody tonight. And
Yeah, man.
Yes.
may God keep you all.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Thank
Blessing
you.
to each and
Blessing
everyone.
everyone.
Blessing to
Bless
each and everyone.
Blessings.
Brethren and sisters.
Irene.
Respect.
Give
Yeah,
thanks.
man.
Yeah,
Love.
man.
Respect.
Yeah, man.
No flow from Jay.
All right.
Right.
Turn up that now.
Mhm.
Yes, crowded people, thank you for tuning in. That was very incredible, session. This webinar was very important, to us as, the great, Toots Hibbert contributed so much to the music and culture. It was very, touching and overwhelming to have these experiences, from these great legends that knew the brother, Toots, from his early recording. BB was, his first single recording, and we are very humbled to make this one happen. As we say, Reggaelegends in conversation is a concept that we will carry on as we think it's valuable and it's relevant, for the generation to come, so we can document, their works while they are with us. Because it's true that we lost a lot of, greats, Bonnie Lee the other day, and Bob Andy. So many just left us, and we have to, pay respect, and show love to these artists what they are with us, because that's the important thing. Life, it's there. I mean, we as Rastafari, we believe, in life forever, and but I tell you, when we are here in manifestation in flesh, we have to show respect and appreciation. And definitely, like King Sound said, and Dennis Alcapone, BB need to be rewarded for his works, because all the documentation about his contribution is just great. So thank you so very much in behalf of Artlantic and Caribbean Culture Drop. Thank you for tuning in and making this moment